Yeah, hold on. Good morning. As you can see, it seems like they finally started fixing the steam machine. You can even see it's changed and everything, but they finally started fixing it. That's pretty cool. So that steam machine they're finally fixing. It's looks pretty old though. Anyway, some news about myself today. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but it seems that the joint, the right joint or the right ankle and the left joint haven't actually gotten any better. And I suspect it's because I pushed it yesterday by speed walking. So we're actually not going to be running in quite some time because I have noticed that we aren't actually healing. I think it's because we're using it more. So yeah, no, there's actually zero way we could run now. I mean, we couldn't run for like the past 2 to 3 days already, right? But now walking is already. It seems like walking might be getting to the same stage because right now we're only going 3 speed, right? And only going 3 speed, it's already looking kind of sketchy. If I try to go faster, I don't. If okay, let's just try to go 5. No. Dude, even going at 4 speed, the right ankle is definitely begging for me to stop. It's kind of interesting. So it seems like the body. No, it's mainly just the legs, but the legs are really suffering recently, and they're not really healing because I keep using them. You know, it is what it is. But I'm not trying to become disabled, right? So we're not gonna run. We're still not gonna run. However, it seems like even walking for like 40 minutes definitely seems like the legs and stuff aren't really happy with that either. Now we could obviously just take a full rest day, but I'm not that stupid. Well, actually, I'm not that type of person. But definitely though, we can't actually go faster than 5 speed right now, or 3, which is actually we're actually going slower and slower. Like really, like right now, if we went any faster than 5 speed, anything faster than 4 speed, the legs actually would be dead. So I'm gonna have to make the decision here. As you can tell, it's looking pretty bad, and I'm trying to. Seems like the legs just really suffering recently. So obviously we can't really do steers because steers is perhaps maybe hard on the joints. So I'm gonna have to make the executive decision here, and we're gonna have to leave the automatic and go to manual. I know it sucks, but it is what it is. So we're just gonna have to just, unfortunately, just do manual, which means, yeah, it's getting pretty bad. We can't even like slow walk. Slow walking's like makes it even harder. So it's actually kind of getting a bit worse. Okay, we're just gonna just do air bike today because it seems like even walking is a struggle. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. I think we just really need to let the joints rest. The hypocrite in me is insane. You should rest. And then we just decided to do another cardio. It's either we do a really slow walk or do the bike thing, but I might try this again. The joints on this is a lot more calmer. We're not walking, we're like on some kind of machine. Yeah, it seems like walking anything above 3 speed is like kind of painful, but over here, for some reason, I think it's because the legs aren't like pressured onto something, or it's not like my whole body isn't being pressured. That's probably why. That's probably why it's not like in pain here because as you can tell, I'm sitting down, right? So sitting down release some of the pressure, but when we're walking, we're holding up the entire body. Should probably go faster. Since this is not really automatic, it's manual, I have to like manually adjust how fast I want to push. What a disappointing miss. Water just splashed all over me. How shameful. Fine. I'm going back to walking. We're just gonna have to walk slowly. It is what it is. But that just pissed me off. I mean, that was, my fault, of course. Should have been a bit more careful when I drink the water near the rails. We're just gonna have to walk really slowly. We're just gonna have to walk slow. Like, everything's wet. It is, this entire bottom part's wet because of the water. It is what it is. What it is. That's insane. The water spilt just because that air bike arm. Yeah, whatever. That is annoying, but okay. Do you think we actually can go fast? Not really sure if we can or not. But at least it's automatic. So we're even going slower than yesterday. However, the joints, if we go faster than three, wait. Okay, we'll do 3-4 incline. Okay, it looks like we can manage 4 speed. Should I try to go higher? Okay, 4 speed's feeling alright. But again though, if we go anything above 5, it's a no-go. We can't run right now at all. No way. And the left kneecap and the right ankles right now, as we speak, kind of suffering. So I'm gonna make another call and just go back to 3. So today's really just a super slow walk. It's fine. What we just gotta do, we gotta do, Maybe increase the incline a bit, but yeah. We're just gonna have to walk super slow today. Because right now, the entire legs are kind of just dying. And I really am not trying to push too hard and like make it so I can't walk anymore. That would be tragic. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we can talk about right now. Seems like the legs just really, really want to a rest. But now we reduced to going slow on the treadmill just to make sure we don't do anything bad. So the right ankle's still kind of suffering. Left kneecap's kind of suffering. Any kind of fast movements with running, like even attempting to jog on the spot, will be too much. And then also yesterday we're going like 5 speed on, you know, 5 speed on the treadmill. But even going at 3 speed, everything's kind of, what's going on? Alright. Something tells me that we shouldn't be like we shouldn't use the treadmill right now. It's not a good idea. So we're just gonna have to unfortunately go back to the bike, even though we did lose. Oh, what am I doing? Just go slow. This morning's a bit scuffed, isn't it? Like we're all over the place. Now the only reason I stopped going towards the bike is because that water. Mainly because the water got in the mask and I put the mask away, and the mask is like rendered useless again. That Japanese in the World Championship darts. It's a bit goofy, not gonna lie. What the hell? Goofy. Shit. Well, almost just slipped. My bad. Wasn't paying attention. That could have got a lot worse. Gone a lot worse. 28-year-old Japanese male in the World Championship darts. Alright. Also, yeah, we really have to just like go chill slow today. Like seriously, it's getting quite. I think you guys get the point now. is that we're just gonna have to give it a really slow walk. Can't even go 5 speed. 5 speed would destroy the parts. And I guess one little minor thing is that I am kind of sleepy because we did do a lot of ARC yesterday, just before bed. No early sleep, no nothing, just straight up ARC. It's alright. Maybe, yeah, I'll see how it goes. Honestly, though, we just got to get this walk, kind of done, but it's nothing intensive on the body. That's the thing. Gonna have to lower calories or something, because today is just here. I mean, I'm not sure if you should lower it. Well, I'm not gonna lower it by too much because I don't think you're supposed to lower the calories even though you're not burning the same amount, but you're trying to like heal up faster, you know? But I really just have to go slow today. It is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna try to go 5, but this might destroy my legs though. Let's just try. No, 4, even 4 like is hurting the right thing. We really just have to go slow today. Plus we're like half asleep. That's not good combo. Okay, that's a very, very slow walk today. But the body really needs to just wake up and heal. Don't even know what to call this video. It's kind of all over the place. Today feels it's like a blur. What's going on? For some reason these headphones feel annoying today. I see. Headphones have finally made their meat. That's why that feels so loose. The headphones are kind of broken-ish. We're gonna have to find a alternative. Go drink a bunch of water where these headphones have actually met their needs. Yeah, so the headphones have finally met their needs. It's getting loose. It's getting looser and looser. That walking, by the way, is also kind of, how do you say it? The walking is getting rougher. It's like, the thing is because we're near rest. I don't know. Today's a blur. I gotta do something with like Mr. Nightmare, like some kind of horror. I gotta add something to the video today. It's way too mundane. No, these headphones are actually getting pretty bad. But these headphones are actually meeting their doom. The right is just, if I even tilt down a bit, the headphones kind of, they want to fall off. It is what it is. I think these headphones have finally lost it. Yeah. Unfortunately, these headphones have finally lost it. Like they're no longer suitable for the gym. They can only stay in the streams. It is what it is. But yeah, it's not optimal. Like it's gonna fall off because it's getting looser and looser. It's getting pretty bad, but there's not much we can do about it to replace it. So every single music is just about fucking. What's wrong with him? I gotta figure out a solution for this problem. Might just go buy an earpiece or something. It's either I replace these headphones with something cheaper, or I mean that's why the mic mini can always just have, you could just clip to the shirt and stuff. But only thing is, it's quite inconsistent. That's the only problem with having a mic on the like shirt slash shoulder. No, having it so yeah. See, that's what I mean. It's like inconsistent. And putting on a t-shirt is a bit too loose. Yeah, dude, there's like nowhere to put this thing. That's why these headphones were a good idea. I gotta figure out a new method. Gotta figure out a new method because these headphones are not viable. No, they're good for like standing still, right? But they're not really good for like, when I do something like this. No, today's actually a blur. Then to say, I'm slowly waking up. You can tell that. But yeah, even walking right now is kind of it's getting a bit interesting. Like even just walking normally is getting a bit interesting. So honestly, when it comes to the morning cardio, it's getting a bit on the blur of like rest and doing nothing. I thought I'd be healing up by now, but it seems like I'm just doing more damage to it instead of healing, letting it heal. But I can't really let it heal, can I? So yeah, I think honestly, we just really have to let it relax. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Just a slow walking's fine, I think. Yeah, the mic mini literally needs to have like an earpiece because these headphones are slowly dying. Should replace it with like perhaps a cheaper headphones, or like maybe an earpiece. Might get a professional earpiece or something. But I don't really need the audio because the mic mini is already good. I just need the antenna. That's all I need, just the antenna. That's already good. I just need it. Alright, water's done. Yeah, I really just need the antenna, huh? Hmm. I'll think of something. I'll think of some kind of tech. It's 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 two options really. It's because these postulates, there's nothing wrong with them, obviously. They just main use is just to have the antenna. Okay. I mean, we actually did retire these postulates for a while, but the mic quality on them is not that good. It's more like a video game. Alright, let's go check our weight. But yeah, today's just a blur. Man, today's just, sleeping. No, sleepy, tired, and the legs are barely recovering. Matter of fact, they're actually in more pain. They're in more pain than ever. Like yesterday we walked at like 5 speed. Today we couldn't even walk 4 speed. So it's like they want to relax. And then also this morning we tried to do air bike, and I got them hit myself with the water, splashed everywhere. So tomorrow, honestly, we should just do air bike. But yeah, we're just gonna have to do air bike tomorrow. air bike tomorrow or some kind of something. I don't even know how heavy they are. 69, 68.45. Must have been that muesli. We ate like 400 grams of muesli. Yeah, we should not walk tomorrow. We shouldn't walk tomorrow because right now, even walking like at this speed without a treadmill is already kind of dangerous. So, or maybe we could do it in, hold on. Maybe we might do the back thing instead. Actually, we might do the row we might do the row thing. Another interesting angle. Right, so we got finally some new problems, huh? Ah, alright, so new problems. Great, excellent, you know? It's been a while. So, new problems is the cardio section. We have destroyed the legs, and due to my thinking, we've actually damaged the legs even more because I should have let them rest, but instead I thought walking was fine. But the fact that we went from 11 speed to walking at 5 speed to now walking at 3 speed, it's rapidly declining, and now just walking normally is borderlining it. So tomorrow we're not going to walk. Most likely do an air bike or perhaps do the row. So yeah, and we're gonna eat same amount of calories, maybe slightly less, just because of how little we're burning. And then we got to fix the mic and headphone issue, which shouldn't be too hard. Hmm. So when it comes to the headphone stuff, I'm thinking for the headphone stuff, I'm thinking I mean, we've got multiple things. Of course, like I said, the Pulse Elites, there's nothing actually wrong with them. It's only the headband here that isn't very good when we start going at different angles, right? But just sitting chilling, like just standing static, everything's fine, you know? Just static here, everything's fine. Mic still works, so Pulse Elites can stay for like the streaming stuff, but now we gotta figure out a way to like it's it's pretty simple really. It's either buy another pair of headphones with an antenna and cut the line, cut the wire, so basically just buying the shell of it, or we buy some kind of piece. I'll figure it out. Yeah, these headphones definitely struggling. Now it's either we go with headphones again, or really just buy like an antenna. Not sure how good an antenna itself is, but one fact is that I know that if we do buy the antenna, it's gonna be not sure how good the mic quality is on the antenna, but it's gonna be pricey, and I'm not sure how stable it is too. It should be stable, but yeah, I'm not really sure. I'll figure it out. Another piece of tech to buy. Well, I mean, also we could also just like wear a cap, I guess. We could technically just wear a cap and have the mic like in front of me. A cap might work, but I feel like a cap's kind of, how do you say it? Well, technically, I could also wear a mask, but I feel like technically a cap could work. It's a lot more cheaper without like Yeah, just have to adjust the audio. But a cap probably, if I have the cap here on my head, that actually might work quite nicely. Yes, I'll figure it out. It's either wear a cap or find a new piece of tech. Headphones probably not gonna work. A cap, a hat. I mean, I don't really wear caps or hats. Uh, Sunglasses or glasses won't really work either. Well, technically they can. Could also wear a beanie. A beanie would work. It would just cover the hair. A beanie could work. Uh, Technically we can wear like a beat. No, beanie's gonna be wet and sweaty. I'll figure it out. So it's a lot of options. I should just go bold. Might just go bold. Clipping the mic anywhere on the shirt's not gonna be worth it. We've already tried that in the past. It doesn't really work. That's why these headphone solutions. I knew this day would happen. I knew that. I knew that this day would happen with the Pulse Elites. That after a certain amount of uses, it'll be loose, which means it's probably gonna be the same thing for all the other headphones. Except with the Pulse Elites, it's a big problem because on YouTube, if you look at it, Pulse Elites have a pattern recognition of this issue. But again, to give it to PS5, no, sorry, to give it to Sony, right? This is meant to just be sitting on the head, not really supposed to be moving around and stuff. So it makes sense. I mean, before we always had it like wrapped around ourselves, but yeah, a cap, sunglasses or glasses can possibly work. Only thing is that if I buy an earpiece, I'm mainly paying for the actual technology of it, not the actual carcass. And I only need the carcass because I already got the technology with DJI. You know what I mean? I've already got the DJI. You know, I already got the DJI mic. So I already have the technology. Just need the carcass. Maybe a cap really might just work. I don't know, but I don't really wear cap. I don't really wear caps. Don't really wear caps. Hmm. I'll figure it out. I guess I just have to look at myself and see what I look like with the cap, and test out the audio levels as well. All I have to do is really just lift it higher. No, if I want to change the audio levels, I'm gonna have to like just increase the input. Not that difficult. But obviously with the headphones here, this is like the most premium spot. I can just talk normally in a normal tone volume, and the mic picks it up perfectly because it's so close to my mouth. If I have it on the cap or like on the side here, might have to speak a tiny bit louder, but if this is alright, I'll figure it out. But antennas, antenna is probably the way to go. I'm gonna be real, and yeah, antenna is definitely a good way to go. And then maybe we won't even have any headphone bumps. So I've got multiple choices really. It's either buy a proper earpiece, earpiece with antenna. Maybe we could test out the audio, but if the audio is not good, we'll just use a DJI tech. So it's going to be an expensive carcass. Or we buy a cheap headphone with an antenna and cut the wire of the thing, and so we're purely using it for the carcass and remove the functionality of it or invest in a wireless one that can be easy functionality. But obviously, over time with headphones, they'll become loose again, and also they smell if you sweat a lot. But we've been applying an efficiency to everything so far. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I do like the antennas though, not gonna lie. The antenna just feels so Christoph like, Like Christoph. Not even how much that's gonna cost, but money's not real. It's just numbers on the screen. Okay, there's actually a contradiction when I say that, by the way, because perhaps money money is no, sorry, money is a number on a screen, but money is also the power, not power, but money is also the time and energy of another human being. If you guys understand what I'm saying. So sure, money's not real and it's just numbers on a screen, but also at the same time that money is the time and energy of another human. Like if I just go to a random human and say, hey, I'll pay you this much for this, I'll pay you this much money per hour to do this task for me, they'll do it, right? They'll do it. But it's just numbers on a screen, but to them, it's food for them, water, survivability. Now we just do shrugs, and yeah, today's a pretty big blur, but I do like when problems arrive because I get to solve them. I like solving problems. Problem solver. If there's a problem, you solve it. It's nice, you know? It's been a while since we've had a tech problem. It's been a while since we've had a tech problem, but I knew this day would come. The Pulse Elites weren't gonna make it. They've always been known to, by other users, that it's sometimes just the, you know, things would always. What am I saying? Not sure what I'm saying. What I meant to say was that, there's reviews on there's reviews online that literally says that, over time the hinges on the headphones would slowly think. But luckily mine's not like broken, but it's pretty much disabled for any other uses. But yeah, the headphones are still functional. They work. Technology wise they work. Carcass wise, right hinges slowly giving in, but that's pretty standard. I will apply a even faster efficiency to this. Everything seems fine. There was this thing I've been eyeing recently in like on PVTech, like Black Friday. Well, it's not Black Friday anymore, it's like Boxing Day. But again, money's not real, sales aren't really real, but it's like this like antenna thing. It's like it hooks around your ears and it's like it like Christoph. Thinking of getting that. Thinking of getting that. However, I'm not sure how good its stability is, especially when like maybe running. Running is yeah, running I think we just can't wear any headphones, not gonna lie, or any kind of attachments. Matter of fact, the only thing I could think of for running is probably earbuds. By the way, also apparently the AirPods Pro have a really good mic, and then a carcass may not be needed, but I'm not sure what I look like. I feel like I might look like an app. I don't even know. I never really had AirPods. I had cheap Lenovo pods, but they had no mic. But also, again, I don't think you guys have realized, but I don't even listen. I don't even use these headphones. Like, as in, these do not play anything. They don't play anything. They just literally just a carcass for me. No joke. I don't play any kind of. This is just offline. It's not even connected to anything. It's just the carcass, the pulse elites. But I do use the pulse elites for streaming because I can connect it to the PC and it works fine. But apparently, from yesterday, the audio is still kind of scuffed. The speaker audio is kind of scuffed because the Bluetooth is not very. Man, I gotta do some adjustments, huh? All right. Maybe today's the last day you see the pulse elites. Might be the last day you see the pulse elites. Yeah, maybe. That's gonna be rough. Maybe an earpiece would work, or maybe I have to. I'll see. I'll see. They just added another problem. How am I gonna get audio in with? I think everything's kind of leading towards an earpiece. Everything seems like it's leading towards an earpiece because even with an earpiece, I can put headphones on. Blue Yeti mic is still retired in the gulag. Haven't really got that thing out. Mainly because it's so big and in the way. Mainly, it's in the way of my vision, it's in the way of the webcam. It's bulky, it's big, it's like on my desk and everything. So again, I'm not too worried about the PC type because the DJI mic audio works really well when I use the receiver on the PC. So we already got the tech. We literally just need a good carcass. But then if the audio is getting scuffed in the streams with the pulse elites, we're gonna have to use a wired connection with another carcass. But then also that wired connection can't bring it to the gym. So it's either I buy two separate things for each problem or try buy something that will fit all problems. I'll see how it goes. Honestly, the streaming problem is not really hard. I could just get a wired headset. It's pretty simple, really. But I already got headphone. I already got the best headphone, but that was when when I was using the Blue Yeti mic. I have like this open back Sennheiser headphones. They were the goat. But the only reason I got them in the first place was because my I had like an ear problem when I used to stream. Like I had what is it? My ears were like constantly getting blocked, and I thought that the solution would be those headphones because they're like looser and have less suction because the Pulse Elites have crazy suction. Okay, today I'm gonna give you a Mr. Nightmare episode. You have my word, and we're also gonna figure out some solutions to this problem. Tomorrow, this might be the last time you see the Pulse Elites. It is what it is. But yeah, today we're gonna eat maybe slightly less calories. I'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, I could have talked about that topic today. Damn, I could have talked about how cheap muesli is compared to the rest of the broke like the rest of the stuff, but maybe next time. Alright, found a solution. There we go, look. The old headphones, it's kinda, as you can see there, it's getting a bit, they're still good for streaming, but the upgrade. Chopsticks, some zip ties, DJI mic, nice, there you go.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mr. Nightmare thing. I'm pretty sure I gave my word this morning, but we're on a tight schedule, so we're going to be doing a very short one today. Testing out the new Mic Mini with the Sennheiser headphones. So let's see if we can just find a quick one. We probably might not finish it, but we're going to do a small one. Just a small one. We don't think I have enough time to do a really long one, so we'll just do a really short one. I'm using a tape and a chopstick for the Mic Mini because this headphone doesn't have a antenna, but yeah, okay, let's quickly just find a normal one. I'm thinking we just do the Home Alone stories, yeah? Let's do like half of it, 10 minutes, the two stories. Let's just do it. Hello? I clicked. Are you? Just wait for it. Let's watch it. Here we go.
Meet the new Ninja Swirl by Creamy. Soft serve, fruit whip, frozen yogurt, and more. Ninja Swirl by Creamy.
Thank you. Alright. Home Alone horror stories. That's gonna be interesting. If you're wondering my eyes look like this, it's because I just finished typing a whole bunch of framework stuff out. So eyes are a bit.
I remember this night like it was yesterday,
Okay.
even though I'm 26 now.
26?
When I was 12.
12 years old?
My parents left me home with my 18-year-old brother Zach for the night.
Okay.
And at first, I was excited because it was just me in the big house, which felt like huge freedom at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Zach
Okay.
told me he was going out for a few hours with...
What? Yo, L brother. L brother. For real, what? Why would you leave your 12-year-old? If this is a younger brother, then it's over. No, if it's a younger sister, that brother deserves a bit. That's still. Why would you leave your brother like that? That's dog. L brother.
friends and made me promise not to tell mom and dad.
L
I
brother.
agreed to because I trusted him, and also why wouldn't I want the place to myself? He would get in huge trouble if my parents were to find out, and he knew that. At first,
The chopstick's
I thought
not
it would be
working.
fun to be alone, especially on a weekend night. I ended up in the den where I decided to watch a scary movie. At that age, while home alone, not the best idea.
Bro, I thought this chopsticks and tape works, but it's already failing. It kind of sucks. I thought this tape method would work. It won't because these headphones don't want to. The tape doesn't want to stick. The tape doesn't want to stick, so it's not. The tape doesn't really want to fit with the chopsticks and the headphones. It's a bit unfortunate, but I'm 100% sure there's another way. I mean, with the other Sennheiser headphones, it's got like a little gap that I can just zip tie it, but this one. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Who knew that it just magnetized to the headphones? Okay, cool, whatever. I guess we'll do that then. That's pretty cool. It just magnetizes to the headphones. Okay, well, then I don't need to worry about that at all then. All good. Alright.
Which I learned the hard way. I had never been
So, context is this person's, I don't know if it's a female or male, but 12-year-old kid was supposed to be looked after by his older brother, or their older brother, because we don't know the gender. Older brother's 18-year-old male, and he just leaves his 12-year-old sibling alone in the house. What? Oh, brother, for real. What a
home alone for
retard.
this long before, especially at night. And honestly, halfway through the movie, I started getting scared. Not entirely because of the movie itself, but because of the way the house sounded. The random creaks in the floor, the wind brushing against the windows, even the fridge clicking on periodically. Every time the movie made a loud sound, I would flinch, and I would look over my shoulder to behind the couch to the half flight of stairs that led to the main floor, expecting to see someone there.
Hey, if you start expecting someone to be there, someone's gonna be there. Self-belief. If you do that, someone's gonna be there.
Actually, I couldn't take it anymore, and I didn't know why I was subjecting myself to scaring the crap out of myself. I turned off the TV and ran upstairs to my room like a scared little kid running from imaginary demons that follow you the second you turn off the lights.
Real.
When I got to my room, I went into the bathroom that connected both to my room and my parents' bedroom, where I brushed my teeth as fast as I could and tried to calm down. After that, I went into my room to play Call of Duty Zombies on my Xbox 360, thinking it would make me a little less scared. I played for a few hours, losing track of time and focusing on the game. Eventually, my team and I died on zombies, and I got frustrated.
R.I.P.
I decided it was late and I should go to sleep though. Not long after that point, I felt the vibration of the front door closing, and I assumed it was Zach coming back. I lay there awake, listening to the sounds of my brother moving around downstairs,
It's not his brother, is it? It's not.
which was odd because usually when he'd get home, he'd go right upstairs to his room. But there were weird sounds coming from downstairs for too long where it started getting unusual. They were subtle, little footsteps or indescribable thumps and thuds. I felt my stomach start churning a little. That stupid idea to watch that scary movie was really getting to me.
Told you.
I got up and went to the window to look outside, expecting to see Zach's car in the driveway where he usually parked, but it wasn't there. That's when the real panic set in. I had no cell phone at the time. I was only 12, so I had no way to contact my parents or Zach without leaving the bedroom and going to one of the house phones, which felt impossible at that moment. I quietly tiptoed to my bedroom door to confirm that it was locked, knowing that the lock could be unlocked from the other side with just a fingernail.
What? Oh, it's one of those
If
doors.
someone wanted to get in, they easily could.
Block the door.
I looked around and decided the only safe place to hide was the small crawl-in closet built into the wall of my room. I squeezed inside, shut the door carefully from the inside, and tried to calm myself as I listened.
Smart.
It was at this point that I vividly remember hoping that I was just being overly paranoid,
Nah,
and
it's
that
over.
it actually was Zach. Maybe he parked on the side of the house instead.
Why would he do that?
Seconds later, I heard someone fumbling with the door, trying to get in.
He got in.
Moments later, the door opened.
R.I.P.
The person was inside my room, and I had no idea who it was or what they wanted. I stayed completely still, listening to footsteps moving around my room, feeling the floorboards creak beneath the weight of someone walking, and hearing things being moved and shifted around. Every second felt like an eternity. I was terrified that the closet door could open at any second and I could be dead. I still prayed it was my brother, but I stayed quiet, barely breathing and hoping that whoever it was would leave. I could hear them dragging something across the floor at one point, which made me even more nervous. I felt like hours had passed, though it was probably only minutes.
Probably just minutes.
Eventually, I heard footsteps receding and moving away from my room. I stayed in the closet for what seemed like forever, likely 2 hours, until finally, I heard Zach calling my name from across the house. His voice sounded urgent and pissed off.
Yeah, because the front door's
Minutes
open.
later, he came into my room and called my name again. I stepped out of the closet, and the first thing he did was yell at me, asking what I was doing in there and what I had done to his room. It was this moment that confirmed to me that
Oh,
it was
brother.
in fact not my brother who was in the house. I explained the situation as quickly as I could, still shaking and unable to stop my hands from trembling.
Oh,
Once he
brother.
understood, we both got up and started looking around the house together.
What?
That's when we realized how bad it really was. Drawers had been pulled out, some of our electronics were missing, including TVs and gaming consoles. It was clear someone had been through the house and had taken things that were valuable.
That brother's so dead.
Zach immediately called the police.
Oh, now he
knowing
calls the
that
police.
This was serious, and we waited together, still on edge, checking doors and windows to make sure nothing else was taken. The police came and made a report, writing down everything that was missing and asking us questions about what happened.
That brother's
They told
doomed.
us they would investigate.
He's
that we
doomed.
should wait for our parents to get home.
Oh, he's so doomed.
Around 4 a.m., our parents arrived.
Gonna get a beating.
My dad was furious and went straight for Zach,
Yep, told you.
smacking him square in the face for being such a careless.
Damn. I literally called it too. He's dead. Brother's dead. You know? Left his 12-year-old sibling alone at home. And then the house got robbed. You know what? Fair enough. From the father. Smacked him. I told you he's gonna get a beating.
Idiot. Not only leaving me alone, but leaving the front door unlocked.
Yeah.
My mom checked on me, gave me a hug, and told me she was just glad I was safe.
Hey.
Zach was forced to pay monthly rent from that point on to slowly pay back for all the things that were stolen.
Okay, damn.
Treated with extreme caution after that night. I, on the other hand, was not punished at all.
Yep, fair enough.
I was just shaken
course.
up, terrified of what had happened, and the whole experience stuck with me for years. Every time I thought about it, I could feel the fear all over again, remembering hiding in that closet and hearing someone walking around my room. not knowing if I would make it out alive. It was by far the scariest experience of my life, and it has stayed with me even now.
You know what? First story, what can I say about that? That story is good. That's actually one of the first logical stories ever. You know? Everything makes sense. You know? Our brother, stupid, well, not, yeah, careless. Why would you leave your sibling like that at home? You know, I would say that unlocked door is kind of obviously a mistake, but main thing is leaving your sibling alone. It is what it is, you know. But hey, W story. Next one. We got some time. I'm gonna test out the audio and see how it sounds with the mic just chilling on the side of the headphones.
When I was just a child, not even in kindergarten, I lived with my grandparents. My mom and dad had just separated, and my dad worked in the next town over, so I saw him every weekend.
Alright.
My uncle, my dad's brother, also lived with us, so I was rarely ever truly alone.
Nice.
I was always told to never answer the door for strangers.
True. You're a
It was
kid.
a small, peaceful town where everyone knew each other. We had a neighbor who visited often to watch hockey, wrestling, or join family barbecues. I'll call him David. He was friendly with both my grandpa and my uncle. He often drank beers with my uncle and helped my grandpa with yard work or truck repairs. If my grandpa came home with a moose from hunting, he and David would haul it into the shed together. One night, I was briefly left home alone. My grandma was at bingo and I'd called for a pickup. My grandpa told me he was going to get her and asked if I wanted to come.
Yeah,
I
come.
refused
What?
because I was watching cartoons.
You're a kid.
He
Can't blame you.
reminded me not to open the door for strangers. Then he left.
How old is this kid? How old is this kid? Because at this point, I'm gonna blame it on the grandpa. Hey, no, you're coming with me. What the hell? I'm not leaving you alone in this house. You know what I mean? I'm kind of blaming the grandpa here. I would not like. It depends on how old the kid is, but he said kindergarten, Sonny, right? You can watch the show later. You're coming with me to pick up grandma. Come on now, get in the car. You know what I mean? How old is this kid? Nah, grandpa. I think grandpa's taking the L in this. Grandpa definitely taking the big L from this. He's the stupid one here. Can't really blame the child. You can't blame the child for wanting to watch the show, you know what I mean? But you can blame the grandpa for not dragging his ass into the car and picking up grandma. That's the grandpa's fault. I'm blaming the grandpa.
As soon as I saw the truck pull away, the house got quiet. Only a few minutes later, someone knocked at the door. I ran up and asked aloud who it was.
I thought they said don't answer the door. Why would you announce that you're alone? Don't answer the door. Why would you say hello? Who's out there? It's a kid. It is a kid. Let's give them some slack. They are a kid. It's grandpa's fault.
And I just heard David's familiar voice identifying himself. I told him that my grandparents weren't home, and he replied that he had just seen my grandpa leaving. I told him my uncle wasn't home either, and he said he had been talking to my uncle on the phone and knew he was out drinking at a friend's place. Then he asked to come in. I told him I wasn't allowed to open the door for strangers, and he
I'm not a stranger.
insisted he wasn't a stranger since he was our neighbor and someone I already know. In my child mind, he was right, but I didn't understand why he would come over when my grandpa and uncle weren't there.
You can't blame the kid here. You can't blame the kid here. I can't. It's really difficult to blame the kid here because the friend makes sense. I'm not a stranger. You know me. You know, I've been around with your uncle, being around with your grandpa. We're chilling, right? We're boys. Or friends. Again, don't know the gender of the child, but to be fair with the child, they did say don't open the door for strangers, and David isn't necessarily a stranger because of the constant pattern recognition of being in the house, being with the family. I still blame the grandpa 100%. But yeah, this guy's gonna get molested. GG. This kid's gonna get molested by this man, or yeah, he's gonna get molested because David waited until his grandpa left to walk into the house. I mean, again, don't know the true context of the guy, but it's either it could go two ways. It could either be the neighbor's caring and wants to make sure the kids are right, and then will scold the grandpa later, or this guy's a molester, pedophile, and the kid's dead. One way to find out.
I unlocked the door and opened it. David towered over me. He was obviously drunk, swaying, slurring,
Okay, now it's over. Now it's over. Now it's over. He's drunk. It's over. Kid's gone. Grandpa's fault.
With one eye. He stepped inside and put his hands on my shoulders as I backed up. I didn't feel alarmed yet because I had seen my uncle drunk many times. I told him he could wait in the kitchen while I went back to watch TV, but he would not let go of my shoulders. I tried to pull his hands off of me, but couldn't. His voice changed, filled with anger, and he said things that frightened me, though I can't remember the exact words now. Only the fear that they put in me.
You definitely remember the words, but you're not allowed to say on YouTube. Cut the lie. Cut the lie. Cut the lie. You know exactly what they said, but you're not allowed to put it on YouTube.
He dragged me into the kitchen and grabbed a large knife.
Yo, hold on now.
He pressed the tip against my belly and asked if I wanted to be stabbed. When I cried, he told me to quiet down or he would cut my tongue or slit my throat. He dragged the dull side of the blade across my throat to show he was serious.
It's
I
dead.
heard my grandparents' truck pulling in.
Well, that was fast.
Car doors closed outside.
How fast was that?
He flooded me, and I was about to scream for help, but David clamped his hand over my mouth. He turned us both toward the doorway just as my grandma entered. Her smile vanished when she saw him holding me with a knife. She screamed for my grandpa to get inside immediately. My grandpa rushed in, yelling in shock and fury as he demanded to know what was happening. He took one look at David holding me hostage and charged forward, shouting at David with pure rage. David shoved me to the floor. My grandma rushed over, grabbed me tightly, and blocked me from seeing what was happening while telling me I was safe. I could still hear the struggle. Eventually, my grandpa overpowered him. When I finally looked up, my grandpa was shoving David out the door, yelling at him to never come back, and then slamming the door. As I grew up, I realized David had waited deliberately. He must have known my uncle wasn't home and that my grandma was at bingo. He had seen my grandpa leave. That was his moment. I was too young to understand his intentions. Years later, after my grandpa's funeral,
R.I.P.
I was sitting with my grandma discussing memories. I brought up that night and how heroic grandpa had been. She looked uneasy. She said it was truly a terrifying night. She asked if I remembered that my grandpa went out hunting that same night. I faintly remembered him leaving, even though hunting at night wasn't something he usually did unless it involved camping. When I asked why he left, she claimed she didn't remember much. It got me thinking. They never called the cops to press charges.
Yo, the grandpa... Yo, hold on now. Sounds like grandpa did some hunting.
On him, and I never saw him again after that night.
Yep.
My grandpa was respected in the community. He was friends with, as well as went to
hold
the
on,
same
did
church
he-
as some police officers, and was known to be a good hunter. No one would ever question if they saw a bloody tarp in the back of his truck, and he was driving out of town late at night.
Ah. So the grandpa killed him? Oh. You know. Would you look at that? Grandpa killed him. Probably. I mean, that's what it sounds like he killed him. Sounds like he took care of the problem. I don't know if that's a W grandpa or not, but to be honest though, it is still the grandpa's fault for leaving them at home. But it does sound like they came back quite fast now still. Still, I would blame the grandpa 100% because with a kid, you shouldn't be negotiating with the kid. So you make the decision, not the kid. Like, you already know that's a kid. And obviously you know they're gonna want to watch TV. But you can't leave him alone. So you just take him with you. Don't negotiate with kids. What? Why would you negotiate with kids? Hey, do you wanna come with me to pick up grandma, or you wanna watch TV? Of course the kid's gonna say I wanna watch TV. So be like, oh, don't give him a choice. Be like, okay, you're coming in the car, let's go. You can watch the show later. Not right now, we're going. What can the kid do? What can the kid do? You know? Why would you give the kid a choice? Don't negotiate with kids. Right, Legend, that was 2 stories. I mean, yeah, we don't have enough time to finish them, but that was a good thing. Now, I want to see how that works with the Sennheiser headphone and the DJI Mic Mini just chilling on the side of the headphones instead of using chopsticks and the tape. I mean, I'm sure it will sound slightly different considering that it's not like right against my mouth like this. It's kind of further away. So the omnidirection's kind of pushing it like this. It's not like forward and stuff. So, yeah. Well, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Your little fast little nightmare things. I guess one thing you learn is just don't leave your kids at home alone. Like, that's pretty simple. And it's not even about other people danger. Like, kids alone will just, I don't know, burn the house down or something. Yeah. There's a reason why there's like an age limit to leaving your kids home alone. What is even the age limit anyways? It's like 16. No, not 16. No, 16. Wait, no. What's the legal age limit to leaving a child home alone? Yeah, it's illegal to leave a child under 14 years old. Oh, so at 14 you can... Yeah, 14 sounds about right to me. Considering that in New Zealand, it's pretty scuffed how it's like once you're 16, you can do all sorts of shit. 18. Yeah, 14 sounds reasonable. 14 sounds reasonable. You cannot leave a child under 14 at home alone. Yep. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it for y'all to have a little quick 22 minutes of Mr. Nightmare. I know it's quite short. I know I might be looking a bit different right now. Maybe because, again, I spent like the first 3 hours kind of doing some framework stuff. My eyes aren't actually focused, if you could tell or not. A lot of framework thinking. I could talk about the framework thinking I was doing. What was I thinking about? Not thinking about, I was typing it out. Context was, it was about rational versus irrational topics. So I was just not talking, but typing out the framework and just analyzing it, trying to fight the two polar opposites, yin and yang, because you can be fully rational and logical, but then at the same time you would have a tiny bit of irrational or a tiny bit of feelings. But then you got to think about what does that feelings give, and like what is the end results of those feelings? Why do you need those results? So it's a lot of I think about, but if you kind of just, there's a timer. If you really just think about it rationally and logically, you be able to get rid of the emotional thing quite fast. So that's why rational always works over irrational thinking, because rational thinking's pretty much just, what do you want? How do we get that? Problem solving, bam, bam, bam. Do this, do that, done. But then like irrational is like, oh, but maybe they will feel like this, or maybe that will feel like this, or feel, shut up. What do you want? That's what I always ask. What do you want? Alright, anyways. Appreciate y'all. That was a quick little Mr. Nightmare. Gave my word, and unfortunately it was short. 2 stories. The stories weren't that good. Oh no, they were good. Decent. Just don't leave your kids at home alone. Simple as that, really.